Welcome everyone. We are in the series of Foundation Engineering Concept Part 1. And in previous lectures, we have completed our very first module for shallow foundation, in which we have studied about the different types of shallow foundation as well as the bearing capacity of the soil. Okay, so this is particularly our second module in which we are going to start with the types of deep foundation. The second module goes with the deep foundation and its concept and all the theories behind this deep foundation. How will we calculate the load carrying capacity for deep foundations? What are the various types of deep foundation? What is the suitable condition to use a particular kind of deep foundation? All those things we are going to study in this particular module number 2. So as far as deep foundation is concerned, what basically is deep foundation is, so you can see a diagram over here in which all the parts of the deep foundation is being shown, and the deep foundation is exactly that foundation which is placed at a greater depth. So as we have seen that shallow foundation has some criteria. It should be rest on the bed and it should have at lower depth. But deep foundations, as the word itself gives the meaning, it has a certain depth, at a greater depth below the ground surface, where we can transfer the load of the structure to the earth. Okay, so it may be hard strata, it may be a soft soil. It depends upon the condition and the type of foundation which we are using. So usually the depth of the this deep foundation is 4 to 5 meter. It is usually greater than that only. Okay, so you can see an image over here in which the lateral load is coming from the ground surface. There is the load of the axial load which is coming from the structure, and the load is transferred to the base of the ground surface at a quite deep depth. Which is the end point. You can see the arrows. There is an upward force which is acting over there, and there is a resultant force you can see on the slide, which is known as the slide resistance. We will see it in the later sections as well. This is the friction which is in the opposite direction, which is created by the soil in the foundation when we used to insert the foundation into the soil, or when we construct the foundation into the soil. So this is a typical diagram of what exactly deep foundations look like, and this is a single type of foundation which is considered to be a deep foundation. Now there are three main categories in which deep foundation is divided. So the very first category is the pile foundation. Second one is the pier foundation, and third one is the well foundation. These are the three main types of deep foundation which is commonly used. There are other types as well that we have seen in the previous slides. So they are the caissons, which are also a category of deep foundation, but these are the three most common type of deep foundations. So for the very first thing that we are going to study in this second module, and in which we are studying type of foundation, is the pile foundation. Okay, so basically pile acts, if we talk about pile, that means it directly concerned to deep foundation. We are transferring a huge amount of load in the soil, and it may be a vibrating load, it may be a variable load. The ground condition of the soil is very loose. In all that phenomena, all that scales, we usually use this pile foundation. So you can see here one diagram. There are four columns you can see inside the ground. These columns are known as pile. They are usually inserted at the high density soil. You can see there is three main category of your this foundation, that soil, that is the lower density soil, medium density soil, and high density soil. So this three categories, the pile is inserted at high density depth, and there is one pile cap which you can see here. We will study about this as well. I'm telling you this in only just a nominal introduction about the what exactly pile is. So a pile cap is being provided, and on that cap, on that plane surface, the load of the structure is transferred. So basically pile foundation is the member, a vertical member, which is responsible to transfer the load to the high density soil, or to a stable condition where we have a stable condition of soil. So these piles are generally made up of steel, concrete, or wooden. These are the categories of pile. And nowadays there is a very common types of pile which are using is the precast piles, which are already constructed at some other place, and we just bring that pile in on on our site, and we put it in the ground surface. So that is known as pile, and this is what pile foundation is. So now, as we have seen what exactly pile foundation is, so now we are moving to the classification of piles. So piles are basically categorized under according to their function and according to their material. There is a huge classification of pile which we are going to study in the later halves. So today we are studying about that. There are two basic classification of piles. One is according to function and one is according to material. According to function means the way it was behaving, and according to material is the material which is being used. So as you have seen in the previous slide as well, that it is the pile which is responsible, it is a vertical member responsible to transfer the load, made up of either concrete, wooden or steel type, and categorized under these two categories. This is the main classification of pile. So according to function, if we talk about, so it is categorized into two categories. One is the bearing piles, the second one is the friction pile. What is bearing pile? You can see in the diagram, as I have told you, that when we insert the pile into the soil, what happens? We apply a large amount of pressure from the top portion, okay, so that we can insert that soil into the ground. So using of hammers, different type of hammers are the very common thing, or some kind of machines which are being used to insert that pile into the soil. So when the soil get inserted into the when the pile get inserted into the soil, so what happens? There is this opposing reactive force which the soil acts on the pile. So you can see the side friction which is written over here, which is in the opposite direction. So one is the load of the pile that is coming inside the ground, and another one is the friction force that is coming from the in the upward direction. Okay, so what basically end bearing pile is, when we put the pile into a hard strata or the hard bed rock, that pile is known as the end bearing pile. Means the end is responsible to transfer the load to that particular hard strata where we have put it, or where we have left the end of the pile. So that is the bearing pile. Okay. Now, what is friction pile? So, friction pile is not rested on hard bed. Okay, when we rest the pile on a soft soil, which we are not getting a hard bed at certain depth when we are excavating it. So, at that time, we use friction pile, which itself is responsible to transfer the load to the soil. Not only the end, but the whole pile will transfer the load in the soil, and it will not rest on the hard strata, it will rest on the soft soil. So these piles are used where the soil is soft at considerable depth. The load is transferred to the soft soil due to friction produced between the soft soil and the pile which is in contact to the soil. So that is responsible, what I am talking about, that there is an opposing force which is acting on it. So that is the friction pile. So here we are ending our today's session. We will continue the next session with the classification of pile based on materials. Okay, so basically when we talk about piles, there is a lot of classifications, there is a lot of types which is being described for piles, and different types of piles are used at different positions. If we are using it inside the water, if we are using it for roads, for flyovers, for bridges, if we are using it for a railway track, if we are using it for a light load carrying capacity of the structure. So all those things depends upon the what kind of soil is present over there, what kind of load we are transferring on the soil. All those things comes up, sum up with and decided the pattern and the type of the soil. And the way that piles behave will describe the type of pile. Okay, if it is acting at like some kind of giving a support system to the soil, or giving a barrier to the some kind of forces, so it has some different classifications that we will study in the later chapters. In the next lecture, we will going to study about the classification of piles based on material, and then we will move further on the how we will calculate the group capacity of pile, what is the way to find out how we'll put a pile cap, what is the skin friction, how we'll calculate the values. Because see, in shallow foundation, what we have studied, it is on the basis of some kind of the bearing capacity that we have identified is on the basis of certain assumptions. But in pile, the assumption get minimized. Okay, in very certain cases, we use the some kind of assumptions. All the things other than that is described, is theoretically proven, and is practically in use. Okay, so this is all from today's lecture. Thank you so much.